Hi, how's it going?
I got the
See? No. We're going to keep it cute, as they say. So one thing I really love about this movie is that, you know, good or bad, you stick with your crew.
Yeah.
So who's in your crew? Like, if you had to, you know, make that call, like, we need to roll. Like, do you have some people in your crew? Let's start with you, Sam. Who?
Craig is in my crew, Mr. Shark. As long as he doesn't overact, and when we're on a heist, I gotta tell him to keep it down with the overacting and the schmacting.
I'm passionate about what I do.
He gilds the lily sometimes, but otherwise he's in my crew. Yeah.
What about you, Craig? I know you've got some people like in the Rolodex. If you have to be like, hey, we gotta roll. We gotta go.
Oh, you mean if it goes down?
Yeah.
I mean, I do have. I have a few. I got some family and some friends. I'm in this crew called the Hollywood Five. If I send out the bat signal, it's on and popping. Yeah.
The Hollywood Five. Oh, I hear about that. Wow.
Oh yeah.
So the other thing is, I love how in the film, you know, when Wolf is trying to get a job, you know, we've all applied to things that we know we have no business applying for, where we might have hyped up, you know. Have you ever, like, in this business, said, for instance, that you can horseback ride for a role?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you got it, and you're like, oh snap.
I've done three westerns, and I am crap on a horse. Yeah.
What about you, Craig? Have you ever said when they say, hey, we need you to skydive, and you've been like, you know what?
You know what? Yeah, okay. It was something I should have been able to do. It was like an audition for a sketch comedy show. And, you know, when people do it, they have characters that's been worked on. And I was just, you know, oh, yeah, I got these characters, and I made up these characters that had no, you know, no back. I think one of them was like Quasimodo. He was just the black Quasimodo. But it was just like...
That's amazing. Did you say Sanctuary? That's
and
amazing.
You don't tell me you made up a song and sang with the black Quasimodo.
I wish I did, but that probably would have got me further than...
Did he have a voice? Was there a voice to him?
What's up?
What up, dog? Quasimodo. Wow.
So yes, to answer your question, yes, I have lied on a resume.
I think we all have, but most importantly, this movie is a lot of fun. What do you want people to get out of it? Because I feel like now we need a good key. We need a good. We need a good time out.
Yeah, cry, laugh, you know, all that.
And you know, I think you said it best. Good or bad, you roll with your crew. You know, and the good thing about this one is we get to show you there is redemption in this world. It might be humbling, but you know, you gotta be strong enough.
Don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, this has been so much fun. And again, I love this. And again, all your characters, the animators got your features in there. You could tell who was who, but not just the voice, but by some of the mannerisms.
Thank you.
So shout out to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Gabby?
Now I asked the guys that, and I got to ask you that, right? Because this is all about, you know, sticking with your crew, rolling with your crew.
Yeah.
So who would you call? It doesn't have to be Hollywood people. Can be somebody that you grew up with. Like, if you know, you had to be like, hey. You have to send a bat signal and be like, hey, we got to roll. Like, do you have at least two that you're like, no, that wouldn't ask no questions, bootstrapped on, what do you need?
I mean, for sure. I'm calling my brother, and, you know, you got to get the muscle and then the tech savvy, so I'm calling my boy Will.
Absolutely. What about you, Frank?
I'm calling my gyno for sure. I know it's coming.
My gyno!
She's real, dude. She's basically my general at this point. You know what I mean? She does it all. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think part of that is, listen, I'm with it. You know, part of that is, you know, these characters are like, you know, and we've all, when they're trying to do the right thing, right, and they're trying to recuperate and stuff, and Wolf exaggerated a little bit about, you know, his skill set, you know, or might not be a good idea to go to a place that you did a unauthorized withdrawal from, right? So it's
Yeah, you killed that. You killed that. I'm not gonna lie.
right?
That was awesome.
Baby, hold up.
But I'm like, have you ever put anything like to get a job in this business and they're like, oh, can you swim? Can you horseback ride? And you're like, yeah, of course you can. And then you get the gig and you're like, oh, snap. Now I got to commit. Has there been, Craig said that he invented like this alter character of Quasimodo for a sketch comedy show.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you found yourself in a pickle like that where you're like, oh, now I gotta show and prove, and this is gonna get real interesting.
I did, yeah. Like when I got Transformers, they were like, "Yo, can you drive?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You can't drive?
No. I got my license for that movie. So I went and took driving lessons, and I had my learner's permit, but I had it for like 8 years. Like it had expired, and then I had to take the permit test again for a different movie. That basically I had to pull up to the curb, and there was but there had to be a person with a license in the car, so there was a crew member in the back. and then for Transformers, I had to actually get the license.
Not Transformers.
Yeah. And then I didn't even drive in the whole movie. I didn't drive at all. I didn't drive once.
But you got your license.
But I got my license. Hallelujah. I got my first car too. I was like, we moving up.
I'm not mad at you for that. What about you, Awkwafina? Anything where you're like, ooh,
Oh man.
wow,
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say like horseback riding, because I said that I've dabbled, right? and then they were like, okay, well, you're not gonna go up with the saddle.
Yeah.
You have to grab the horse's hair like a ponytail and then swing yourself up. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't do it. So I had to have like someone kind of lift me. Yeah.
But hey, it worked out. We're all here, right? Nobody, it didn't kill us and made us stronger. So absolutely.
You got away with that unauthorized withdrawal too. Look, live to tell a tale, baby.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. One of the things is, Wolf is trying to turn his life around. He's trying to really, get himself together. But he lacks a little bit of awareness. It's, as I said, it may not be a good idea to go somewhere where apply for a job where you might have, done some things that get you not especially in good favors, like an unauthorized withdrawal will really not get you hired somewhere. But in your career, starting out, was there a skill set or something where, you were like, you know what, to get this job, I'm going to just, be a little creative. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily say that you're like a black belt karate master, but,
I'm not saying I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there something you said,
I think for me it was dance. Like, I have rhythm, but I actually, can't remember choreography that
Okay,
well.
but that's not true, because I have videos of
No,
us and we are like, Kiki.
That's
which is
different
and
from
you
doing
had-
Fosse.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So yeah, that's where I definitely lied and got to like 6, 7 callbacks until it was time to do some Fosse, and your girl could not do it, and I did not get that
I'm
job.
surprised to hear that. I thought he was
so
just
bad.
it's
so
Showtime.
bad. It
I
was
guess
so
it's more than
bad.
that. What about you?
Maybe that I can drive. That's the only thing that I can think of. And I'm not a driver at all. But once you get hired, they have to put somebody that has the license.
Yes. So what's important to remember at home is that Maria's an excellent race car driver, and she drives stick, shift, whatever. And Danielle is one of our finest Fosse-esque dancers today. So if you're out there and you're wondering,
What about
Hire
you?
us.
well, because I was a child actor, I have a bunch of special skills listed on a resume somewhere that never really evolved. I'll be honest, ladies, I'm not quite the horseback rider or archer or gymnast that I once was, or tap. So it said a lot of things on there. But should you need me to be, I can be there tap dancing on a horse while doing archery, of course.
Here's to all of us riding with our gang. Hit or low, we stick together. And here's to all of us that fudged a little bit on the resume to get in the door. Here, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. So this movie is really about, you stick with your buddies, high and low, and our gang is for, they're trying to recoup and be good guys and everything. And when you were directing this, who are you thinking about, to get in the mind frame of, these are my people, no matter what happens in the world, so you can, relate to our good band of brothers.
Well, that's a good question actually. But to be honest with you, that's kind of what this team that we have at DreamWorks is. I mean, like between Damon, JP, myself, the rest of the team, who most of them were like the architects of the first one. I think we just did again on this one, like all together, and like I've been working at DreamWorks for almost 18 years now, so I know so many people that I've worked with over the years and so many different projects, and people tend to stick around over there. It's such a great place to work and just super inspiring. And so you have that friendship with everyone, and I think that's kind of the people are thinking about a little bit when you make this film. It's just like so tied together, and it takes so long, that you really build that bond, as a team, and then it's the most amazing feeling, because nobody has massive ego. Everybody's just so eager to just create something fun.
Absolutely. And also the other thing, one of my favorite sayings is you're the author of your own book. You don't control the beginning, you don't control the end, but everything in between is up for a rewrite. And I feel like that's also the moral of the story. You can start out a little shaky, but you can redeem yourself. Is that something especially that you want kids to learn as they're watching this and having fun?
Absolutely. Yes, 100%. Like the way you're describing is actually really cool. I love like you're not in charge, like you're not in control of the beginning or the end, but the middle is also yours to rewrite. I think that's such a great way to put it. Yes, you're totally right. I mean, to me, it's the story of second chances and redemption and rewriting your story and being able just to, and also allowing yourself to doubt some of the choice you make. That's okay too. You can just make a change for the better, hopefully, and realize, maybe it's not the right thing. And then maybe if you know deep down it's the right thing and it's hard, then keep pushing a little bit, because hope is there and you're gonna get what you want, and but it's also about not paying too much attention to the label that people put on because when you do, it can be toxic sometimes. And so I think it's like ignoring those voices that can be a little toxic, and just like live for your higher truth,
The fun thing about animation is we get to look at our inner kid, and I feel like right now we need a movie like this where we just get to be just kind of tap out. Is that what you want audiences to just be like, hey, I'm just here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time.
I think exactly right. I think like right now with everything happening, you're like, I just want 93 minutes of fun, entertainment, and messages of hope and kindness. That's what I need that for sure. So that's what this movie is definitely all about.
Absolutely. Well, amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and I really enjoyed this film. Thank you.
Totally.